We're live, everybody. It's a new year, isn't it?
Is it?
I think it is.
It is.
Well, yeah.
We've got a sign behind us. I've got to wait for a classic delay here to make sure we can read what I'm talking about.
I was walking behind the wall.
Oh yeah. Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain, right?
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Happy New Year.
That's right. Hello. So, did you think we were just going to leave you with just our clip for today? We can't be quiet. It's
No.
been 2 weeks. We have to speak up at some point, right?
Yeah, that was a fun transition. I hope that it was audible, right? So everybody
Yes,
able to
but
listen.
there's a couple of things. So if you just caught this one and you didn't see what we opened our 2019 Tuesday Talk with, it was a screening of our pro-immigration project that we have going on here, which popped out of the mind of Michael in the summer of 2017 and came to fruition with lovely collaborators that are credited, whose names everyone in the video, their names were cut off on that projection.
I saw.
But I can tell you, anything that we do is on our news page, right? On our website.
Yeah, right
So
now.
if you go to midoma.com/news, you will find that very video, so you can watch it. And I apologize, guys, for the names that were cut off, but you know, we're trying.
Yes.
Mom and pops, we
Yes.
try, right? We come from a point of passion.
This was another test.
It was another test, so we hope if you caught that you enjoyed that. And we want to talk about the lovely lady over your shoulder, because
Yes, of
if
course.
you saw the live projection a minute ago, well, the kind of live,
Yes.
it was live here.
It was live here, yes.
Projection that we had, it was of this, our first of more to come. Artsy immigrants in New York City, and we started with
Nazia.
Nazia.
Nazia, fashionista and of course immigrant. She's from Singapore, and her story you can you saw in the beginning. But on the shirt, the back side of it, there is a QR code. You can scan it. Brings you right to that same page where you can play that
Ooh,
video.
we make it easy for you. People like to point, click, buy, done.
So I hope.
But what you're doing, I'm noticing, is making people interact personally too, not
Yes.
just because if you see someone wearing that, you know, you obviously don't just, you know, snap and run.
No,
You're
I
gonna
think-
talk
Well,
to
I
them,
wonder if
right?
some people would though.
Well, you know that.
That'd be interesting.
Yes.
To be like, why is there a QR code on the back of that girl's shirt?
Somebody standing in front of you on the curb.
Yeah,
Or
or the
you,
train.
when you're running in the
Yeah.
park and you're wearing the tank.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me scan her.
that's
or him.
right, that's right.
Yeah.
And we've paired it lovely here, Joseph. You chose to pair
In-house
it with
stylist, Joseph.
It's a rap by Paul Carroll.
Paul
That's
Carroll, who was
part of-
also part of that. He was a guest in that clip, right?
Yes.
And I don't know if it's at all Carroll, but yes, Paul is all in. It's a Paul Carroll design skirt that we have. So
Lovely pairing.
lovely pairing.
Thank you.
Good job.
I try.
We always do this too.
So, behind us, Mariana has a question
Okay,
for
well,
everybody.
so this came out of the brain of moi. And moi, as in mom. Moi.
Mom.
So it came out of my brain because a lot of people have been having kind of poo-poo years. And last year, a lot of, you guys are compared to a great bartender or a great therapist because you work one-on-one with your clients, but you work with your clients, and I talk with every person that comes up, whether they're checking in or cashing out, right? So when they come up to the desk, they say they get more out of me and us as a group than they do out of their therapist sometimes. But
That's
we
very
allow
true.
them to share, and we don't judge, and we've all been there. We are there now. I've got this ear thing that will not go away. I can't go to my doctor, it's not on my plan. I mean, these are real things that affect New Yorkers from being able to be our best, you know? So I decided, wouldn't it be grand with the new year approaching, to have an annual, it was the first annual F-It, which meant anyone could come. They could bring whatever they needed to be happy, whether it was themselves, a bunch of daisies, a bottle of wine, or donuts. It didn't matter. No judgments. And for 2 hours, we decided to say F it. You know, as an EFF it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I said I will be posing a question, and anyone who would like to share just an immediate thought. There is no right or wrong answer. No judgment. We can fill it in. So after there was a nice little group formed here, I stood up on this very little stool and I painted the question. If hindsight is 2020, what is 2019? So some people were amused and some people pondered a long time, and some made us laugh. Some responses made us laugh because we've got, you know, the great and philosophical Nazia. Not only is she a fashionista, she's just so literal sometimes. So her response was, what is 2019? The year before 2020. But bum. So we did have some fun with that. What did you get out of the effort?
Well,
What did you get out of the effort?
Well, I mean, before we did this whole thing, you know, we did a little kind of the one word that, you know, or situation or whatever phrase was blocking us from moving on to the next thing. And
Oh yes.
we all basically, you know, you ponder over, you think of it, and then you let it go. So it was kind of like a let go. Is that what you would call
Miss
that?
Motivational speaker.
Motivation, yeah.
My little game. Explain the game, because maybe people want to do it at their events or gatherings.
So basically, it's just, you know, you write on a piece of paper, you know, get your thought out on that paper, and that represents, you know, the thing that's holding you back, your obstacle. And
The one big fear, the one
Yes.
thing that's just constantly in your brain, holding you back or has you upset or disturbed, right?
Yes. And with doing that, you know, when the whole ceremonial or analytical part, not analytical, analogy of it, letting go, ripping it up and just throwing it in the trash and forgetting, you know, moving on.
What everyone wrote, I said keep private. It's
Yes.
not to share, it's not to be said out loud. And I asked a couple of times, right, for people not to look at anyone else's paper, just focus on your own, just write your own thought, crumple it up, and then I came around with a trash can.
And we ripped it up.
And I said, everyone come up here and rip it, shred that,
done.
leave it.
Leave it in the last year. Leave
That's
it behind, right?
Well, I mean, I'm actually gonna share mine, obviously. I have a big self-saboteur in a lot of times, and that's where insecurities come through. Because I always feel, you know, oh, I'm not good enough or whatever, so I'm overcritical on myself, and so then I start blowing myself up and then forgetting about it and pushing myself away from things. So self-sabotage, and that's the biggest thing that I'm overcoming in this year, as well as last year. It's getting better and better.
Right, and I think if we learn to laugh at ourselves and don't get so sensitive when people laugh at you when they're laughing with you,
Oh yeah.
to see it with you instead of at you, be part of that. You just cracked somebody up, and frankly, we need a little bit more laughter in our lives, right?
Oh, yeah.
How did
Yes.
you crack me up the other day? Do you remember the
I
question?
cracked you up a few times.
I know,
I'm
the
trying not to
other
remember.
day,
Well, I said it. Am I insecure?
and it was the way he says, am I insecure? And I just could not stop myself. I laughed out loud. And I said, Joseph, that sentence alone states that you are insecure.
It's my tone. No, I know.
So yeah, but this is the year, right? This is the year.
It's good to make fun of yourself. Don't take it too serious.
No.
Life isn't that serious, and we just gotta snap out of it.
Yeah.
You know, really.
Snap out of
We
it.
have to snap out of it. But this is a new year, and we have a lot of new projects happening already.
Yeah, do you guys want to
Yeah.
share? Who's going to take it? Michael?
Here, you
Heard
start
from
off.
So one announcement we can make, we have a couple of Mondays coming up this spring. We have again partnered with Evolve Salon Systems, and we are making Midoma available for educational classes.
Yay!
That will happen here through Evolve, and I believe one is definitely a Kevin Murphy, I think it's a cutting seminar. I don't know what the other seminar is that's going to be in May. The other one was in April. But we'll let you know. Stay tuned because there will be a lot more coming this year. We'll use this space for educational purposes, hands-on, also hands-off, because I think we have a seminar in the works where Mariana will be speaking about what you need to know and what you need to do in order to be a successful human and hairdresser. I can't wait for that.
Now, who are those?
Mariana to share her knowledge, because that's very important.
Who are those available for, though? Like, who can take those classes?
Who can take? I think it's available to anybody.
Anyone who shows interest. If you write in, we'll make sure that you have the dates and the times.
Yeah, once the dates are set, tickets can be purchased either through Evolve, of course, or then through us. There will be a website, of course. And I can't wait. So that's a big announcement. It's all about education and sharing and making this a better industry.
Yes.
And can I ask a question to my viewers, your viewers,
yes.
your viewers, our viewers? If I was going to open up, say, a half a dozen days this year, are Sundays or Mondays better for you? And I say Sundays or Mondays because those are our days off, where those are the days I go hunting for designers or looking for artists. So they're the days where I'm not behind the desk and I'm able to do other things. So those are the days that I tend to be able to coach. So they're very different days. Monday starts the week. I can do it in the afternoon. I can do it in the evening. I can do a Sunday early afternoon, early evening. So if anyone has opinions on that, please write in and let me know what you think.
Of course, for us in the hair industry, Sunday and Monday, those days are good because usually salons are closed.
Yes.
Right. So
yes.
But
this is open to other people as well.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of actor children in my life as well, and they like to come out and do these kind of group gathering, fun game kind of things. So let us know.
And because that's what the coaching with the hair ones you're talking about with Evolve and that.
One's in April and one is in May, and I have the dates because they reserve the dates.
Okay.
The company reserved the dates, but I don't have any specific information other than that. But Laura and James and whoever else is involved will make sure to get me that at ASAP, please. Thank you, so we can share and sell some tickets to those as well.
Right.
What else are we talking about?
Well, a new thing I noticed that we've got kind of manifested last year in the last couple months that's kind of gonna come to fruition pretty soon here. We have had a client come in and get a haircut service, and his partner was with him, and he actually owns a modeling agency here in New York.
That's right, and that modeling agency is called
The Boys.
The Boys. That's right. So,
And Aaron, what's Aaron? Capretta.
Yeah.
He is the owner, and he is very, very focused on bringing these boys into this industry and representing them very well, rather than sometimes a lot of places go through the conveyor belt of
That's right.
models.
Well, that's kind of like what we tore apart in the hair industry. You know, people thought if you're that artsy, then it's going to be just like in, out, a factory. A lot of people coined those places as factories. And we're not about that. We're about individualization and taking that time and doing a great service. And I think that's why Aaron and I hit it off right away. I think we hit it off, darling. Did we or did we not?
That philosophy.
Because we have that philosophy of,
alliance.
we see each other, the human, and try to bring out the potential that's there. If we like someone, you get the chair. And it is for you to do what you want with it. And it is my job to help you in any other way, right? We encourage you to go out and do editorials. Hell, I even had you go out and apply for another job in another place that was totally different.
Yes.
While you were here, I was like, well, take your time and go.
Well, because it's supporting the artist, and
that's right.
And a lot of people don't do that much anymore. And when you do that,
we gotta look out for each other.
Yes, and with doing that, it encourages me not to be insecure,
right?
Self-sabotaging, because you tend to want to listen to other people's opinions a lot.
I dare you.
And so with you actually giving me, artistic opinions and open opinions and and options helps me to come.
It's always important that you do know
evolve.
that when someone's giving you that, it is only an opinion.
Of course,
Right.
of course.
And that brings me to the next subject, because not like sharing, not competing, right? Artists supporting artists,
Mm-hmm.
stylists supporting stylists.
Yes.
There's a great company now that we have learned. It's been around for a year, but apparently we just found out about it. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer.
Mhm.
It's called Share, and
Shear, as in scissors.
Share. And what Share believes in is to share spaces. So salons share their space with other stylists. So they're making chairs available within this space, inviting other stylists, sort of like guest artists,
Yeah.
into the space for on a daily basis. And I think that's a great way to promote hairdressing in professional spaces. I think that's what the big benefit is for this. That's why we want to support it. So you can rent a chair here at Midoma if you're a stylist. You want to come in for a day, you want to come in for a couple of days. You can do that now without committing to more.
Yeah, so for people who live in Texas or California,
Right.
you go to Share, you look up Midoma, or there's other places that may suit your fancy.
No, I think it's 400 cities now across the globe.
So check them
It's a
out.
better way to do that instead of going to the private companies like those Phoenix Suites, or
Yes.
with doing that you're actually supporting the local business instead of the corporation.
Yes.
Right.
And your own artistry too.
And my hope is that when we have visiting stylists like we had in the past coming in, that there will be an exchange of knowledge
Yes.
as well. And I think that is the big benefit, in addition to just working in a professional space that is set up for the things that you need to do. In addition to that, you have great artists here already that you can interact with, that can give you feedback, because we're all about sharing and we're all about improving each other. And I think that could be potentially amazing.
Right.
I think that'd be the new evolution
Because
in this industry.
there's competition amongst salons
Yeah.
and stylists. Sometimes it's great to be competitive, but when it gets to the point that we can't even visit each other anymore, and we can't talk to each other because I'm afraid
I'm gonna lose
what I have to
or-
lose rather than
Yeah.
what I can gain. I think that's
Well, I
something
think that mentality is what's diluted.
Yep.
It's kind of like what happens with a product line that we've discussed so much, right? When it's
Mhm.
out there and it's everywhere, you dilute it. It's not that special anymore.
Mhm.
So people come in for Kevin Murphy because they can't find it anywhere. They're really diligent about how they sell it, where they sell it, and now it's available on our website. That's actual, real, legitimate product,
Mhm.
right? It's not, doesn't have water in it. That's not what I meant by diluted, by the way. It's the real thing. When you find something everywhere, when you find a salon on every block, yes, I'm all for doing it your way, right? Frank
Yes.
Sinatra.
Mhm.
I'm all for doing it your way. But at the same time, the more that we break off,
Mhm.
right? It's like that ripple in the ocean. You get further and further and further away from that center goal, which is creating a space where you get to work on someone for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and they leave feeling beautiful, and you feel better for having made their day that much greater.
Mhm.
That's why you get into this. That's why we're not pushing
I know.
papers in a fluorescently lit office. There's a reason we sit beneath a disco ball in a place with a 41-foot wall with designs by Paul Carroll and so many other fabulous people, Steve Riley and the necklaces, and Colin, who created this 15 years ago, I think, for me. So we always support our artists and designers and our stylists. So
take full advantage of it.
yes, I think we have other stuff to talk about, but because we wanted to share that footage in the beginning as our first project, that out of your brain to our screen.
Yeah, no, I think it
And
was
now to fruition.
Yes,
and
yes.
Now,
So
gonna
now we'll be
snowball.
working on the next one. And
Yes.
if you know an artsy immigrant, that's another thing to write it about. Someone who is an artist in any way, shape, or form, musician, sculptor, painter, stylists, anybody whose passion has driven them to this, has driven them to this city from somewhere else. We would love to hear your story. So have them send us an email and tell us a little bit about themselves and what they're doing and how they got here, and they may be chosen to be one of our next series.
And the positive impact that they had on the city.
Yeah. Because we watched It's a Wonderful Life, and yes, I'll admit, we watched the colorized one last night.
Well, that's, yeah.
And George Bailey, you know, when he thought it would be better if he was never bored at all, learned how that one person, even as a child, affected the world, right? So he promised, it doesn't matter what happens to him, it just matters that he gets to be alive again. Right. Because you realize how many people you touch. So, yay! Creatives.
Speaking of another great immigrant, Karen Bruckner.
Oh, we were back today. That was an amazing little commercial you did for us. I got so many compliments on it. I kept saying Joey, Joey, Joey. But now I can say Karen.
Yeah, that intro.
She's back.
Yes.
In the next couple of weeks, she'll be back on our wall.
Karen is back. Can't Wait was a super successful show last year.
Yeah. We sold like 13 out of our 16 pieces, so you people better not wait.
Back by popular demand.
That's
starting next week. So next week when we're here live, we should already have the show up.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. Yeah. But yeah, definitely within the next 2 weeks, it'll be up on the wall in all of our spare time. So I would like to bid you adieu.
Yes.
Have a fabulous, fabulous day. Share our screening if you didn't get to see it and you'd like to see it, udoma.com/news, our immigrant project there with Nazia. And if you saw it, please share, because we need you.
Yes.
And if you, if you're in the area, come by. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, we've got some paint ready.
2019, we have some paint left. This wall will be up for this week before we roll it up.
All right, we've got to start our day.
I'm going to roll it up now.
Yeah, you gotta
I go
shut us up. You're going behind. Oh, like the Wizard of Oz.
Is it gonna go?
There you go. Bye, people. Peace out. Have a fabulous week.